Hi guys, good morning. Sorry. Just waking up. Well, not waking up, but like trying to. No, that's too. Why am I looking at the bottom of the deck? Stop. These cards! They're giving it to me this week. I don't know what's going on. I just looked at the bottom of the deck on either side as I was splitting the deck to shuffle it, and I had the Tower and the Ace of Swords. That Ace of Swords is the end of the week energy. It's interesting. It's like, could it go two ways, people? I don't know. Alright, so let's see. My name is Dan. This is my channel, Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much. If anybody's interested in going to patreon.com, you can subscribe to this daily forecast. You'll get it a day early. Plus, there's other levels of subscription with extra readings that are over there that are only available over there monthly. So those kind of are fun and a great way to support me in the channel. For those of you that don't want to do that, but do want to support the channel, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified when I go live or whenever a video goes out. Go to my Facebook business page, give it a like and a follow. Message me there if you want a private reading, if you're interested in that. You can also follow my Instagram, Engelgeist333. This is a daily forecast for July 16th, which is Thursday, but it's not necessarily set in stone as far as if you're looking at this and it's not July 16th, the message could still be valid for you. It is a message for the greater collective for the highest good, therefore it is timeless. You can go back through my messages if you want, through the dailies, and pick a day, just randomly, play reading roulette. See if it applies to you, see if it makes sense. Leave me a comment, leave me a... if you do that, that'd be great. I'd love to see what happens. What else? I think that's it. So I'm just going to sit here and shuffle the cards until I feel like we're ready to go. Has anybody else been feeling sort of strange? I know Mercury's come out of retrograde, which is great. Mars has gone into Aries, which means extra productivity, the desire to get things done and manifest some good stuff. We've got that energy going for the next 6 months, which is going to be kind of interesting. At the very least, but I just feel like I am lost in my own home. It's weird, like, I don't know, like I feel like I don't know, it's strange, like, it's hard to explain, like, the days just kind of blend into one another. It sort of, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like the beginning when COVID first happened. I feel like I'm having a second wave of that. Like, the days just sort of slip into one another. I have no sense of what day. There's no sense of what time it is. I'm staying up really late. I'm not really sleeping in, so my sleep schedule's getting a little bit screwy, which is probably adding to this. But anyways, I don't know if anybody else out there is feeling that. If you are, comment in the comment section and let me know that I'm not the only one. But even if I am, that's okay, because I am a little special in that way, so... Alright, let's see what's going on for... Oh, beautiful. Okay, we love this card. This card, I think, showed up last week. Did it not? It did. I swear to God it did. Did it not? Where the heck did we see this card? I think we saw this card 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this is the Star card. To me, the Star card is always this gentle, loving energy, right? It is Major Arcana, so this to me speaks to that idea that there is a little bit more energy, oomph, importance on this day, right? There is this opportunity for us to shine brightly today. For us to be, I always see that star as this sort of peaceful illumination, right? This sort of ability to kind of be who we are, be the stars that we are, but don't necessarily need to enforce it. It's not, I would say, like, things like the sun would be more direct or in your face, right? A little bit, I wouldn't call the sun card aggressive per se, but the energy of the sun is very much, hi, I'm the sun. The star is more like, I'll just be over here in the corner, being me, right? To me, that's how the star is. And then the moon is just like, she's straight hiding in the back, in the kitchen somewhere. You can't even talk to her. She's just like, all secrets and whatever, right? She's like the one slipping roofies in your drink at the party. The star is sort of the wallflower, right? But she shines beautiful, right? She's the sort of, the one that sits in the corner that attracts everybody's attention, but nobody feels like They can talk. Not that they don't feel that they can talk to her, because that's kind of the moon, but why am I describing it in this way? I have no idea. I'm just trying to give you the energy of how I see the star card. To me, whenever I see the star card, and this is a card that sort of haunts me and I connect with in a lot of ways, it's about sort of owning who we are from a very sort of peaceful place, not judging it. And I know that I've kind of been on that theme for the last 2 days of forecasts, but this is really about embracing that inner peace, embracing that inner light, allowing it to shine. Again, we have these rainbow colors that we saw in that Two of Pentacles, right, where we were trying to find that balance yesterday. And it looks as though with this star that the majority of you hopefully did, and not only did you find that balance, but you were able to rise up and allow that balance to shine, flaws and all, right? There's an acceptance with the star, there's a beauty with the star, there's a giving or a sort of receptivity in a way, right? We're receptive to our own graces, to our own talents, to our own even our own faults, right? We don't hide them. There's no need to hide them. We also don't parade them, good and bad, right? That's kind of, to me, why I say that the star is sort of passive in nature. I sort of feel like it just is. It emanates and it allows itself, where the moon to me is a bit more secretive and a bit more psychic, and then the sun is a bit more action and a bit more energized. The star to me, it illuminates, but it illuminates for itself. Does that make sense? And in that illumination, when we illuminate in that way, other stars are able to sort of, I love this card because it sort of says to me, other stars are able to shine too. So we kind of, you know, through standing in our own truth, whatever that may be, and in full acceptance of it, without any judgment of it, right? There's a power in that. And that's the power of this major arcana card. It's taking that sort of infinity symbol that we saw and blending it all together in yesterday's Two of Pentacles, right? And that transformation, that truth in the black egg, and allowing that truth to rise up into this star today. The knowledge of that truth, that was yesterday's grounding stone too, right? So today we're rising up into the beauty of this sort of empowered place, yet it's this, also I have to say too, I believe star is Aquarian energy, which is my moon, right? My moon is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is this sort of expansive, wonderful, collective first kind of sign, right? Where they do for the greater good, they're very interested in new people and new things and that sort of thing. And so I think when we are in this star energy, this Aquarian star energy, we are able to emanate who we truly are from a place of beauty and grace, and we allow others to do so in the same, right? In that process. And we actually bring about light where there is darkness, right? And we just are sort of there twinkling away. I will read the definition of the star card to you. I don't know if I did the last time, but I will read it to you. But that's my rendition of the star. I always get this sense of overwhelming peace when the star shows up. The star tells us we don't have to be anything more than what we are. And that is beautiful and light-filled and gorgeous and completely acceptable, right? To me, like, if anything, the star is about like sort of self-acceptance in a way, at a level that's like so profound that we almost have an effect on others, right? There's no hiding us. We sit in a dark sky and shine brightly with no sort of excuse or shame or reasoning, you know, there's, other than just to be one of the many stars in the universe. It's like the many souls in the universe. Let's see what animal spirit is with us. Wow. Okay, Dragonfly. Hello. Talk about a symbol of spirit. Now, Dragonfly is definitely associated with the symbol of spirit. This is an air symbol. Today they've used an actual, you know, winged. Yesterday we had that earth sign, the Two of Pentacles, with the butterfly, right? Which I thought was an interesting mix of earth and air energy. Today we have the dragonfly, which is, to me, animal that sort of represents spirit, right? In a lot of spiritual teachings. Yet we have, it's associated in this deck with the symbol of air. To me, dragonfly is about sort of being able to kind of connect the two worlds, fly back and forth. Definitely an element of being connected to spirit today. If this is our own spirit, that is completely fine. I think that's maybe what this is for the majority of us. just because of this star energy. To me, this is about sort of holding and cultivating a relationship with ourselves. The element of air in this dragonfly card, to me, speaks to the idea of the intellect or the mental realm, right? Bringing that into alignment with the spirit, which would be the dragonfly, right? And I love this blue triangle here. To me, this looks like it reminds me of my triangle in my intro video before the video starts, where that equality, that tetrahedron that I talk about in the breathing exercises, but it also makes me think of like this sort of cooling down of our mental capacity, right? A cooling and calming of, bringing our mental and our spiritual together to blend, right? So that we can kind of shine brightly like this star. Now let me just read these guys to you really quick, and then we'll see what the grounding stone is. So let's see, star energy. Okay, and it's interesting too, because when I was shuffling those cards, I saw that tower card, and the star follows the tower, right? So it's usually that moment of shining and rising up after significantly, a significant situation of potential upheaval, right? But the star is hope and peace of mind. Standing outside on a dark night, you gaze up at the stars and sense glimmers of wonder and hope. Even though you can't find concrete answers to life's many questions up there in the sky, you can't help but feel comforted and renewed. Such is the energy of the star card. It's not about actions or situations. It's simply about connecting to the part of you that is hopeful and serene. This force will bring light back into your life and infuse you with positivity. A lovely card. And I think that's true. I also think that this is about us sort of emanating our own grace, shine, sparkle, whatever you want to attribute to the star. That's kind of what it is to me, right? And it's also this idea of not needing to prove it to anyone. You just are. There's that sort of peace and serenity in that. The dragonfly, the master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. And to me, that light of wisdom is sort of that blue, that cooling blue triangle there, right? Sort of, to me, that point of the triangle being downward feels like it's grounding us in our spirit and our mind to bring us together into this awareness and the serenity of the star, right? This is a beautiful transformation that we see, right? So when in balance, it sees clearly, joyful, and magical. When out of balance, it can't concentrate. It's a busy mind. To bring it into balance, focus on the breath. And it's funny because we have the 3 breaths with the blue triangle on my intro video with the pyramid. And we have this blue pyramid, and she's saying focus on the breath, the artist. There's a little bit of something that connects up there too, which is kind of cool. Now, today should be a day where we're empowered, is kind of what I'm feeling. If we're not feeling that way, we need to sort of shift into that, allow ourselves to get into that serenity and find that. So this is on malachite, which is the stone of the 5th chakra. No, sorry, the 4th chakra, which is the heart. The word is touch. I don't know if you guys can see it. This takes me to, like I said, the 4th chakra, which is the heart. I sort of feel like when I look at this dragonfly and this sort of sense of air element, this serenity that we see in the star and the beauty of sort of shining that, it's kind of being able to come from that place of a centered heart, a centered spirit, touch people from this place, be touched by ourselves in a way, right? To touch base with our own heart where our spirit resides, to allow our mind in there, to kind of, not allow our mind in there, so to speak, but to connect our mind to that aspect of self, and then to bring them into balance. That's sort of what I see in these cards today. This is sort of this, underpinning energy of truth throughout all of this. If we look back at like the weak stones, we have that courage, that love. Now we're like sort of, to me, touching sort of the sign, the word of touch makes me think of making that reality manifest, right? Whatever it is that we feel in our heart, acknowledging that, emanating that, shining that sort of, from a place of serenity within our heart, balancing that within our mind, and allowing our spirit to kind of shine through. Now, we've been dealing with a lot of Pentacles energy, right? We still have that Eight of Pentacles underneath this. But as we're shifting out of this Eight of Pentacles energy into that Ace of Swords, it's interesting that we also have this air element Dragonfly coming in, which is the mind. Are we balancing the mind so that in the next day or two we can come to this sort of inspiration of this Ace of Swords? Is this star energy sort of fortifying us, calming us down, bringing us to this place of that we can then clearly make the decision that we need to make from that Ace of Swords place, whatever that truth is that we're seeking this week? If we're doing the work, we're being courageous, we're doing it from a place of love, we're seeking that knowledge, and we're, sort of making it manifest from our heart through this stone of touch, we're heading directly where we're supposed to be, even if we don't feel like it at times. This last two forecasts, especially that Five of Pentacles Cobra forecast 2 days ago, makes me feel like we had to, feel a little bit knocked off of our path, maybe for a moment. I feel like that's so that we can better see the path and get back on it, and this is the beginnings of that, I believe, with these cards and this stone. I hope that makes sense. That is your forecast for the day. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you're doing. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. I love you all. Bye-bye.